Chapter 3, Part 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Part 5, Donating Food to a yogi. Sri Palaniswami said Sri Datta will be delighted for very modest services. If food is provided in the name of Datta to a worthy person, the donor derives immense benefit. A portion of the food essence transforms into mind. Mind, intellect, will, ego, and body of the donor of the food get filled with auspicious vibration. By that, he will be endowed with the power to attract all objects in the creation. Bountiful plenitude of materials comes from the grace of Goddess Mahalakshmi. The whole creation is governed by subtle vibration and fire regulation. Sri Palaniswami explained. Part 6, The Greatness of Sripada. Chanting the name of Sripada brings wealth and prosperity as blessings of Sri Lakshmi. How can we describe the luck of those who obtain his grace? On account of the mercy of Sripada, Madhava remained intact even though he was buried in the ground 10 days before. Now Sripada is granting him life force. How can one explain the grace, mercy, and the divine miracle of Sripada? Madhava was gaining consciousness. He asked for water for quenching his thirst. Sri Palaniswami cajoled him and made him drink ghee. That ghee was also 100 years old. Madhava refused to drink ghee. Sri Palaniswami persuaded him by promising to give him water after he drank ghee. After Madhava drank the ghee completely, he was given fruit juice. After some time, water was given to him. Part 7, Description of Nagaloka. Madhava regained his life. Our joy knew no bounds. Madhava was telling this. I reached Kuruvapuram in the subtle form. Sripada Sri Vallabha is very tall. He has large eyes. Compassion, mercy, and love overflow from his eyes continuously towards all creatures. As I was in a subtle body, I was invisible to other devotees there who were in gross bodies. Sri Vallabha ordered me to go to the middle of the island in Kuruvapuram. Chanting the name of Sri Vallabha, I went into the depths from the middle of the island. I noticed that many fortified structures existed in the depths of the earth at its center point. I learned that it was Patal Lok. For those in gross bodies, only gross material form will be visible. For those like me who go there in the subtle form, the subtle world is visible there. The inhabitants there belong to the Naga race. They have the power to take any form they like. They usually prefer to be in the serpent form only. I saw many great serpents there. Some serpents had thousands of bodies, diamonds decorated their hoods. Light emanated from those diamonds. Some serpents remained in a posture of deep silence and appeared as if they were in a yogic trance. A wonder, there was a great serpent among them. It had thousands of hoods. On that serpent, Sripada Sri Vallabha was resting like Sri Mahavishnu. Some of the great snakes were reciting Vedic hymns. Sripada was listening to that melodies, singing in a rapturous mood. The big serpent beside me was saying this. Part 8, The Magnificent Glory of Sri Dattatreya. In the ancient Aeon, Lord Datta was born as a son of Atri and Anusuya. On Anusuya mountain in the Chitrakoot of Nepal, he did not end his incarnation, but moved in a subtle form in the Nilgiri mountain. Srishaila mountain in Andhra Pradesh, Sabargiri hill, Sabrimala and Sahyadri mountain arranged in the Western Ghats. Those who wear directions as robe, those who are sky-vested are famous as Digambaras. Datta was absorbed in yoga in Sahyadri. He taught Kriya Yoga to Gorakshnath, who was a follower of the Natha tradition. He appeared to a yogi named Jananeshwar in a formless yogic form, seated in Kechari Mudra. He surpasses time and place. For us who are in the presence of the Lord, past, future and present time elements do not appear differently. Everything is an internal present time for us. Part 9, Viewing Dattatreya along with Anga Devi. Another great serpent by my side said, "My boy Madhava, we are Kalanagas and we are called Rishivaras." Sri Datta wanted to conceal himself. After ruling for many thousands of years, he went underwater in the river and remained immersed in water for many years. Then he came to the surface. We as his followers remained there with the hope that he would return with us. We knew that he was trying to conceal himself from us. He again dived into the water and came out after many years. However, this time he had a globulate of wine in his hand. In another hand, he held a beautiful damsel of 16 years. We went away regretting that we misunderstood him as God, and he seemed to be a drunkard and womanizer. He disappeared. After he disappeared, our eyes got open. It occurred to us that the goblet of wine in his hand was ambrosia of yogic ecstasy, and the beautiful damsel was Angalakshmi Devi, who combined in herself with triumvirate of Lakshmi, Parvati and Saraswati. We undertook a rigorous penance for his reincarnation on this earth. Sri Datta was compassionate and took the incarnation of Sri Pada Sri Vallabha in Pitikapuram. Part 10. Description of Sri Kuruvapuram. The place where he went into the water for bath is now the sacred Kuruvapuram. Just as he was in watery samadhi, we were also in a state of yogi samadhi with finer pulsations in this subtle fold. Kuru was the ancestor of Kauravas and Pandavas. It was at his holy place that King Kuru was imparted divine knowledge. My dear Madhava, even Adi Shisha cannot describe the greatness of Kuruvapuram. Part 11. The reverse history of Sadashiv Brahmendra Swami. I paid obeisance to the holy feet of Sripada Sri Vallabha. Merciful Sri Vallabha spoke thus: "My son, this divine form of my darshan is very rare and a great fortune thing. One of the serpents that spoke with you will take birth as Jyoti Ramalinga Swami in the ensuing centuries. It will disappear also in the shape of radiant light. The other serpent that spoke to you will be born on the earth in the centuries to follow with the name of Sadashiva Brahmendra and demonstrate many miracles. Pitikapuram is very dear to me. My Padukas will be installed in Pitikapuram. My Padukas are going to be installed in the house of my maternal grandfather where I was born. The acts of my birth are divine and mysterious. They are to be kept as carefully guarded secrets. You visit the place in Pitikapuram where my Padukas will be installed and from there proceed to Patal Loka. There you meet the Kalanagas, which undertook rigorous penance. You come back after that with smiles. Sri Palani Swami said, "My son Madhava, let us talk about the Kalanagas of Pitikapuram afterwards. We must immediately take bath and carry on meditation." This is the order of Sri Pada Sri Vallabha.